If you haven't watched part 1 yet, I strongly recommend it. You will find the link at the end of this video. Skipping it means you are missing the foundation, and without the basics, everything else will just fly over your head. Many people rush to search for which line is on their hands, without taking time to understand the fundamentals. This self-centered approach won't lead you anywhere. If you can't learn, you can't apply. And if you can't apply it to your own hand, there's no way you'll ever be able to read someone else's. Honestly, that's why 99% of viewers remain wannabes. They expect shortcuts to deep knowledge. But palmistry doesn't work that way. These days, attention spans are shrinking thanks to endless scrolling on shorts and reels. But here's the truth, you won't master any real palm reading, especially complex combinations, if your foundation isn't rock solid. So, if you're serious about learning, stay with me. Let's dive into different types of sun lines in palm reading. The sun line from Upper Mars to the Sun Mount represents that the subject will achieve success after struggles in the early career, but when it does, it is lasting and well-deserved. He or she possesses a warrior-like spirit and moral courage, thrives in tough situations, withstands fierce competition, and doesn't back down when obstacles arise. If such a line is well marked, it increases the possibility of permanent settlement in a foreign country. If the sun line originates from the plane of Mars, the central area of the palm indicates a self-made individual who will rise to success purely through personal effort, grit, and after putting in a tremendous amount of hard work without leaning on privilege, luck, or support from anyone. Horizontal lines on the Sun Mount represent obstacles and creative blockages in the subject's path of life. He or she may face jealous individuals, negative gossip, or people who try to damage their reputation. If the horizontal crossbars are thin and faint, and the sun line is deep and clear, the subject will be able to successfully navigate through the challenges. The period may be tough, but it won't leave a lasting impact on the person's overall journey. However, if the cuts are deep, it certainly indicates serious trouble ahead. The person should be warned, as these signs reflect potential major setbacks in reputation and the mental peace. If the sun line ends in a crossbar, it represents that the subject's reputation, career achievements, or lifelong effort will be severely damaged due to a single unexpected event or incident. If parallel lines are found running alongside the sun line, they are traditionally referred to as sister lines or lines of reputation in palmistry. They strengthen the main sun line and will certainly make the subject famous and rich in their line of work. If the sun line ends in multiple fine vertical lines spreading across the sun mount, it suggests that the subject is engaging in too many interests and ventures simultaneously. The scattered energy can lead to moderate success in several areas rather than excellence in one, although they are often multi-talented. However, if these vertical lines are badly formed, appearing faint, broken, overlapping, or chaotic, it certainly points towards the subject overextending themselves, or failure in multiple careers. A branch from the sun line to Mercury Mount indicates the subject will successfully monetize their gifted creative talent into business. I have often seen this combination on the hands of entrepreneurs, performers, designers, or innovators who turn their passion into profit. A branch from the sun line to the Mount of Jupiter suggests the subject will earn a respected position in society due to their leadership qualities, ambition, strategic vision, and managerial abilities. This formation reveals a personality driven by high ideals, a desire to positively influence others, and the ability to lead teams or organizations effectively. No wonder it is commonly found on the hands of high-ranking government officials, corporate leaders, and top-level executives such as chief executive officers, chief financial officers, directors, or policymakers. In traditional palmistry, the flag sign on the sun line indicates that the subject is destined to achieve international fame, public recognition, and wide-scale admiration often beyond their native country, especially in fields like art, politics, entertainment, innovation, or leadership. However, it is important to correctly identify the true flag sign. One must not confuse it with a triangular shape formed by an upward and downward branch cutting across the sun line. It should be well-formed, distinct, and free of defects. A branch from the sun line to the mount of Saturn blends the vibrant, risk-taking, and expressive nature of Apollonian with qualities of Saturn, such as wisdom, patience, responsibility, and perseverance, which has a balancing effect on the subject. They will achieve sustainable success over time. The island on the sun line represents loss of money, legal troubles, sudden loss of fame due to a jealous enemy, and the subject will experience inner dissatisfaction or lose peace of mind for some reason. It is an unfortunate sign. When two parallel lines are found on the sun mount, they are referred to as a double sun line in palmistry. It indicates the subject has dual interests or talents, often excelling in more than one career path, creative pursuit, or life calling. It also offers a form of protection that helps the person to achieve success even during difficult times. Both lines should be deep, clear, and run in close proximity without interfering with each other. A square on the sun line represents divine protection, and it will save the subject from the loss of reputation, money, and difficult periods. Trident at the end of the sun line is a guaranteed sign of celebrity status, brilliance, and legacy in one's life. The subject will make use of creative talent, intellectual sharpness, and charisma, making them stand out wherever they go. The larger and clearer the trident, the greater the impact and scale of success. A sun line ending in a fork is generally seen as a positive sign in palmistry. It suggests that the subject is versatile and can achieve success in more than one area, if the subject learns to prioritize. Recognizing which path holds the greatest potential for growth and putting focused effort into it is essential. The other pursuit can still be nurtured as a side interest or hobby, without diluting the primary direction of energy. When managed wisely, it leads to a fulfilling life. If a well-formed star appears at the very start of the sun line, it suggests that the subject will be fortunate and gifted from a very young age, and its positive influence continues throughout life. Similarly, if a star is spotted midway on the sun line, it indicates the subject will achieve a prestigious position and gain sudden wealth at that corresponding age. The star at the end of the sun line denotes international fame, and the subject will leave a lasting legacy and achieve a level of distinction that crosses borders and cultural boundaries. A sun line from the heart line suggests that a significant romantic relationship, emotional turning point, or deep passion will act as the driving force behind the individual's motivation, success, and creativity. Additionally, the point where the sun line begins from the heart line typically represents the late 40s in age progression, suggesting that the subject might start to experience real success later in life. A deep and well-etched sun line, free from any horizontal cuts, suggests that the subject's efforts and dedication will eventually be recognized, especially in the later stages of life. Interestingly, this type of sun line is relatively common and can be found on many hands. While it may not always promise overnight fame or early achievements, it offers a strong indication of long-term success if there are other confirmatory indications on the hand. Check out types of luck lines in palm reading by clicking on the I button. Share this video with your family and friends. And don't forget to subscribe, with those notifications on. As always, thanks for watching.